As the Gulf states continue to be battered by heavy rain, fatal flash floods and flight disruptions at the second busiest airport in the world have been reported. Due to areas being swamped with water, Dubai International Airport issued a warning of very challenging conditions and urged certain passengers not to arrive. A man lost his life when his car got engulfed in flash floods further north. Rescuers in Oman discovered a girl's body in Saham, raising the total number of fatalities in the nation to 19 since Sunday. A significant gateway for connecting flights to all continents, Dubai International Airport saw over 300 cancellations and hundreds of delays on Wednesday, according to FlightAware statistics. The airport issued a warning that recovery would take some time, noting that it handled over 80 million passengers last year, second only to Atlanta in the US. It issued a warning on Wednesday against traveling to the airport and visiting Terminal 1 without first receiving confirmation from airlines. Check-in for travelers leaving Dubai has been suspended until Thursday by Emirates, a significant international airline. More thunderstorms, a lot of rain, and strong gusts were predicted, the authorities warned, adding to the flooding of many low-lying areas. The neighbor to Oman's north, the United Arab Emirates, saw its biggest rainfall event since records have been kept 75 years ago on Tuesday. Within a day, Khatim al-Shakla in the Al Ain region received 254.8 millimeters, 9.7 inches, of rain, according to the National Center of Meteorology. Dubai normally receives only 97 millimeters of rainfall year, compared to the country's average of 140 to 200 millimeters. April's monthly average is a meager 8 millimeters. Video captured in the heart of Dubai revealed numerous cars immersed in water on a section of Sheikh Zayed Road, along with extended traffic gridlocks in other areas of the 12-lane thoroughfare. It has been complete anarchy. Several British tourists were left stuck at the main international airport, including Kate and Andrew Golding. They had spent a full 12 hours there. "My goal is to board a different flight," 62-year-old Andrew stated to BBC News. "My wife, Kate, is standing in another queue as we're trying to hedge our bets." Andrew claims Kate will never forget the journey she took to celebrate her 60th birthday with her Kentish spouse. "I think it's been worse than anyone anticipated, but the airport system has completely collapsed, and Emirates, which I think is one of the best airlines, has no employees, no information, no coordination, no professionalism, no care, and strangely, no disaster planning. Big businesses usually prepare for such things. It's been complete mayhem. People are napping on the floors and in the lounges, and food packages are all over the place. Really, it's been a fairly disgusting experience." Emirates has been contacted by BBC News for comment. Travelers yelling. In another area of the airport, Rotherham, South Yorkshire resident Anne Wing was waiting to board a flight to London Heathrow with her spouse and 3 kids. Their flight was scheduled to depart at 11:25, but when they got to the airport at 8 o'clock local time, 4 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time, they were informed it had been delayed by an hour. "We have spoken to no one from Emirates since 8 o'clock this morning," she stated. Passengers were shouting and rioting at the connection desk. There were no staff to be seen. "It's horrific, we are squashed in like animals, it is dangerous and inhumane," she continued. "It's absolutely ridiculous here." She claimed that her family had only received some small cartons of water, and had not eaten since lunchtime. Passengers who were redirected to Dubai World Central Airport also called the BBC, describing identical circumstances and a dearth of adequate food and water. There were no recorded deaths in Dubai. However, near Ras Al Khaimah, an old man lost his life when his car was washed away in a flash flood. Even though the rain in Dubai had stopped by Tuesday night, there was still congestion and a warning from Dubai International Airport about potential disruptions. The airport was forced to cancel many flights, divert several inbound planes, and pause operations for 25 minutes due to the severe storm that started on Tuesday morning and persisted for the most of the day. Social media videos showed planes slicing through several inches of water that fully submerged the airport's taxiways and apron. "We are currently experiencing significant disruption due to the weather and are continuously working with our emergency response teams and service partners to restore normal operations as quickly as possible," it stated on X, which used to be Twitter. Customers were informed by Emirates, the largest international airline in the world and one of the 2 flag carriers of the United Arab Emirates, that airport check-in for all flights had been suspended until 9 o'clock on Thursday. "I don't think anyone has ever seen conditions like it," Paul Griffiths, the chief executive of Dubai Airports, said in an interview with the local radio station Dubai Eye. In an interview with the Reuters news agency, software developer Kanish Kumar Deb Barman said, There are hundreds and thousands of other passengers just like me in this airport who have been waiting for 10 hours, 16 hours, some even for 24 to 30 hours. Barman got detained at the airport while returning to India. Prior to the storm, the National Emergency Crisis Management Authority of the United Arab Emirates issued a warning, advising residents to stay indoors. In addition, the government encouraged its staff to work remotely, and private institutions were also encouraged to implement remote learning. Over 1,400 people have been evacuated and placed in shelters in Oman. As a precaution, government buildings and schools have been shuttered. 10 pupils, ages 10 to 15, and an adult perished on Sunday when their bus in the Al-Mudhabi district of Sharqiya province, roughly 115 kilometers, 70 miles, south of Muscat, was flooded by floodwater while attempting to pass a wadi. The driver, along with 3 other youngsters, was saved. According to reports, 2 of them were washed 600 meters, 1,970 feet, from the vehicle and taken to safety. The Council of Ministers for the Sultanate expressed its condolences to the relatives of the victims and stated it was filled with grief over the fatalities. In Oman, precipitation is infrequent. In the north, annual average rainfall is between 150 and 300 millimeters, with pre- and post-monsoon storms accounting for the majority of this total. Some social media users incorrectly link the harsh weather in the hours after the floods to the nation's recent cloud seeding efforts. In the United Arab Emirates, cloud seeding, the practice of spraying clouds with particulates to create rain, has been used for more than a decade. But experts claim that emphasizing cloud seeding is misleading, and that, at most, it would have had a negligible impact on the storm. The UAE does have an operational cloud seeding program to enhance the rainfall in this arid part of the world. However, there is no technology in existence that can create or even severely modify this kind of rainfall event, stated Professor Martin Ambaum of the University of Reading. Matt Taylor, a meteorologist with BBC Weather, added that the storm had been predicted beforehand. Severe weather was already predicted for this. Computer models that do not account for cloud seeding effects were forecasting well over a year's worth of rain to fall in less than a day before the occurrence. The impacts were much wider than I would expect from cloud seeding alone too, severe flooding impacting large areas from Bahrain to Oman. Videos from Bahrain and Saudi Arabia showed automobiles stuck on flooded highways due to the severe rain. Flooding is produced by a variety of sources, but heavy rainfall is more common due to climate change-induced atmospheric warming. Since the start of the industrial age, the global temperature has already increased by roughly 1.1 C. And unless governments everywhere drastically reduce their emissions, the global temperature will continue to rise.